Alright, I'm going to try something for the underlining and the whole rhythm writing thing here. And hopefully I can avoid having a cat jump on me. So, I don't know how well this is going to work, but hopefully I can keep this stuff in focus while I do the writing thing. So basically, the first thing you got to do here, you know what the idea is, you always identify what the smallest subdivision is first. In this case, 16th notes. So you got to write out the full 1 and a 2 and all that stuff. So, looking at the beginning, man, this does not want to focus too well. I hope this ends up working out okay. Anyway, so you got to make sure that you put all this stuff in the right place. So if you can print this out and put it underneath, that would be very helpful. Or you can just write it on a blank sheet of paper and kind of have to look back and forth at the two. But if you can print it out, very, very helpful. So anyway, obviously that would be the 1. So you got the 8th note that's dotted, so that would be the 1 E and. You just underline the 1. And you got the 16th note here, which is the of A, which is tied to beat 2. So that's the 8th note, so that goes to E. And then you play again on the and of 2. So underline that. I apologize for this thing not focusing worth a shit. God, what is wrong with this damn thing? Look at that. This fucking autofocus is being a piece of S. Yeah, will it work better if I hold it further away? Yeah, fucking A. I guess we'll just have to work with what we can. Anyhow, the next part, so this right here is the start of beat 3, and that is the 16th note. So then you write your E, underline that, and then you have your 4, underline that, E, and then that's underlined as well. You can also write out the whole thing and not underline as you go. So for the second bar, you'd have this. You just got to make sure you put like the 1s and ands and all that stuff under the right spot, or else the underline thing will not work. And then you go back and you can underline. So whatever is easier for you. If you underline as you go, it might help you put the sounds that you say under the right place. So basically putting the parts or the pieces of the count under the right thing could help. So now on to number 3. Okay. So I'll just underline as I go here. So you got the 1, you don't play anything on, but that last 16th note. So the next thing lasts a dotted 8th note, which is 3 16th notes. So you underline the E. You do play on the 2. That is a dotted 8th note. So you got the 2 E and that last. You strum again on the of 2. So you underline that. And then we do not play anything on beat 3, but we do play on the upbeat of 3. So we underline the and there. And then we have your 4 E. So this tying over the 8th note here, tying to the 16th note. As you can see that here, so that's basically an 8th note for the and then the 4 being just the 16th note there. So 4 E and you underline the E. And then this last bar here. So basically what's happening so far, this is a polyrhythm. So call this a 4 against 3 or 4 across 3 as I prefer to call it, although that's not the traditional way of saying it. So anyway, so let's see, you have right here, you got 1 2 3 4 strums that you do. So 1 2 3 4, and they're all evenly spaced apart. Every single thing lasts like 3 little parts here, so like 3 16ths now. So that's 1 2 3 16ths, 1 2 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then it's going to repeat that over and over again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One. I guess part of that was covered up. Sorry about that. But anyway, from here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So when you repeat this pattern over and over and over in a 4/4 time signature, it'll go for 3 bars before it would start over again. So if I kept this pattern going, it would be the same rhythm structure as bar 1 happening over here. So just to shake things up, bar number 4 is a bit different. So blah blah. Let me see here. All right, yeah. So bar 4. Let's. I just realized I didn't even finish writing more for that speed pick an etude thing. So I'm just going to finish this video, send you the rhythm stuff, and then I will have time tomorrow, Monday for me. I guess Monday for you too. But I'll have that finished. So it's going to be a 2-parter thing. So we'll just do the rhythm for now. Anyway, so still going to do the same writing thing. So this last is 16th note. So this is tied over from here. And then you got your E, you play on that. So this is an 8th note, so you got to put the E and in here. And then this last chord there, that's on the of 1. So you got your 2 E and then you underline the E and And then we have 4 16th notes in a row. So 3 E and you underline all 4 of those. And you got your 4 E and that's the count there. So hopefully you got that guy right. If not, well, you know why it may have been wrong, and now you know why it was right, or stuff like that. All right, I'm going to go on to the other one and how to figure out, or how it should be written out before I actually go and try and play these things. So bar number 1, beat number 1 begins with that very blurry, there we go, well, kind of, the 16th note rest. So you come in on the E of 1, so E of 1 is underlined, and then right here, this is one of those things you should start to recognize. That's a gallop rhythm right there. So you get your 1, or sorry, this would be the 2 and so you have your 2 E and written out. So you underline the 2 and an And then here we have 3 E and but the E and are underlined, not the 3, because that's just a tide mark over there. And remember, we do the tide marks and whatnot so you can easily see where the beats are. So this is easily seen as beat 1, easily seen as beat 2, easily seen as beat 3, easily seen as beat 4, hopefully. So it should look like, you know, all this stuff is grouped together in one beat. The only one, I mean, over here it kind of looks funny because the rest symbol there, it almost looks like beat 1 starts with that, but it actually starts there. So that could be a little confusing. Anyway, that's not working on holding this. Whoops. Alright, hopefully that'll suffice now. Alright, so beat number 4. So that last is 16th note, the first one there. You get your 4 E and And then this ties over to beat 1, which lasts 8th note. So you get your 1 E and then those are underlined. And then beat 2, you have 2 and 2 E. Whoops. So you're playing on the 2 and the and, but not on the E and That's what I meant. You got to put these things in the right place, because you don't want to have 2 and there, because then that just screws it all up. So 2 E and that's correct. 3 E and, that's how long this chord lasts, and you have the underline that. 4 E and, so only playing on that part in beat 4. Coming down here. So And I really did just write all the full skeleton out. Actually, what I did is right here. So I just wrote that whole thing out, then I basically just started underlining kind of at random. And I like to do it that way, so it kind of makes me think about stuff too. But just so happens that, hey, we've got some reverse gallops and gallops in this one, so this should be probably the easiest bar right here. So we got 1E and, so 1E and's underlined, 2 is underlined, 3 and is underlined, 4E and, all that is underlined. And then the last bar here, 1E and all that is underlined. We have 2E and, underline the 3E and all that is underlined. 4E is not, but the and is. So there you go. That's how it should be underlined. There's your count. All right. So now that that's done, let's grab the old guitar, get the first thing to play up on screen. Look behind me, make sure I'm not going to run over any cat. Oh goodness. Let's adjust this. Oh goodness. All right. Get the metronome on. So this might be something you want to kind of say all the count and just kind of emphasize the part of the count you end up playing on. So like 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and. You might run out of breath on some of that, but I hope that made sense there, because and you basically you're strumming, like you hit. I'm gonna say hit when you actually strum the string. And then I'll say the direction when you're missing the string. So you got hit, up, down, hit, up, down, hit, up, down, hit, up. I am saying that very wrong. Hit, up, down. Oh my goodness, I am just blowing this. Hit, up, down, hit, down, up. Hit, up, down, hit, down, up. So you're always changing the direction that you're hitting. So it just keeps alternating. So you hit your downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke. And this is basically a continuation of what you did from the last time we actually did some rhythm stuff. So you basically have like your strum 2 3, strum 2 3, down 2 3, up 2 3, down 2 3, up 2 3. That's how the pattern's going there. 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. And when the click's going. 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. I think I may have forgotten to finish saying the whole polyrhythm thing. So anyway, you have your 1 2 3 4 strums that you're doing right here, and that happens in the span of 1 2 3 beats. So that's why it's a 4 across 3 polymeter, or not polymeter, polyrhythm, because you're spacing 4. We're strums, but I'm going to call them beats. You have 4 beats evenly spaced across 3 evenly spaced other beats. So it's basically you have the 3 beats to count 1, 2, and 3, and you're taking those 4 strums and you're evenly spacing it across all of that. So it's very confusing when you're learning how to play this thing. So if you're having trouble with it, that's because it's a hard one to play. Almost everybody has trouble with it. I'd say 99% of everyone I've given stuff like this to has struggled. So yeah, 1% of everybody, like maybe 1 or 2 people got it fairly quick, which was really strange to me because like it's a weird one. Anyway, on the count of 4, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E, 2 and 3 E, 4 and 2 E, 3 and 1 E, 2 E, 3 and 4 E. I screwed up. I fucked up going through bar 4 there. Hang on, let me go through it. 1 E, 2 E, 3 E. All right, it's the end of the night. It's 10 p.m. here. Bedtime's like 2 hours. Good Lord. Anyway, let's see if I can play this correctly this time. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E, 2 E, and 3 E, 4 E, and 2 E, 3 E, 4 E, 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4 E, 1 E, 3 E, 1 E, 4 and 2 E, 3 E, 4 and E, 2 E, 3 and E, 3 E. I don't know why, but doing the repeat, going to that F, make me think, did I play that F the first time through? God, I hope so. Hey, if I screwed it up, let me know. I'll do another demo if needed to fix it, but oh boy, the old brain is crapping out on me right now. Okay, so now the super hard one. Oh god, I'm worried I'm gonna screw this up. See, we all have our little performance anxiety things, right? Oh boy. Well, fuck, I'm just gonna wing it. I'm gonna use the skeleton thing I wrote out here to help my ass out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, and oh my god, this is not gonna go well. Let me play it slow. So hey, this is what you can do yourself. Just go through it real slow. So E, 2, and E, and 4E, and 2, and 3, and okay, from the start. E, 2, and E, and 4E, and 2, and 3, and 1 E, and 2, and 3, and 4 E, and 1 E, and 2, 3 E, and E. Ugh. From bar number 4, 1 E, and 2, 3 E, and E, 2, and E, and 4 E, and 2, and 3, and 1 E, and 2, and 3, and 4 E, and 1 E, and 2, 3 E, and E, 2, and E, and 4 E, and 2, and 3 up, and 1 E, and 2, and 3, and 4 E, and 1 E, and 2, 3 E, and E, 2, and E, and 4 E, 1 E. Shit. I figure I might as well just leave this in the video because you can see, you know, how I'm approaching screwing up and trying to fix it and get this thing in. So, piece by piece, just piece by piece here, right? So I'm gonna go through it again without the metronome, and then see, and then give it a try. So yeah, remember, always break things down to small pieces. in order for you to get it. So here we go. E, 2, and E, and a 4 E, and a 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and a 4 E, and 1 E, and 2, 3 E, and E, 2, and E, and a 4 E, and 2, and 3, up, and 1 E, and 2, and 3, and 4 E, and 1 E, and 2, 3 E, and boom. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do what I tell people. I'm just gonna count along with the metronome before I actually strum it. So I'll count off, so you can try the same thing with me here. Hopefully I don't goof it, so you can actually just count along right away. And 1, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, and E, and 4 E, and 2, and 3, up, and 1 E, and 2, and 3, and 4 E, and 1 E, and 2, 3 E, and E, 2, and E, and 4 E, and 2, and 3, and 1 E, and 2, and 3, and 4 E, and 1 E, and 2, 3 E, and all right. Hope I've prepped enough. We're gonna find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, and E, and 4 E, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and E, 2, and E, and 4 E, and 2, and 3, and 1 E, and 2, and 3, and 4 E, and 1 E, and 2, 3 E, and one more time, just to make sure I got it right there for you. And 1, 2, 3, 4 E, 2, and E, and 4 E, and 2, and 3, and 1 E, and 2, and 3, and 4 E, and 1 E, and 2, 3 E, and E, 2, and E, and 4 E, and 2, and 3, and 1 E, and 2, and 3, and 4 E, and 1 E, and 2, 3 E, and that felt much better. Look at that. It's how you do it. Break it down as much as you need. Okay, so as I mentioned, I will sometime tomorrow, definitely sometime tomorrow, I will have more of the new speed picking thing done. In fact, I'll have the whole thing done, and video demo of it, and send it off to you. But sorry for the delay, but hopefully that's enough to keep you busy anyway for at least a day. If you have any questions about, the underlining and the rhythm counting and whatnot, let me know. And as you just saw, it's a pain in the fucking ass to play. So, good luck to you. Patience with yourself. Break it down into as many small pieces as you need. And I will see you in a couple weeks.